Hello, creative creatures. Welcome to Monster Brain. I'm Megan Tenius, and this is an art show where I draw the monsters of our everyday lives.
Pardon this interruption, but let's all take a moment to zoom in and acknowledge this weird floating fuzz that is tragically stuck on my cheek.
If you're familiar with my life, then you might know that I have to travel quite a bit for work. In fact, my commute often requires an airplane since the Snarled office is in LA and my home is in Montana. And I only do this commute about once a month, but that still means that once a month, I'm put into this gigantic aluminum tube and then thrust into the sky at 40,000 feet. Looks like death to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're from the cockpit again, where we're asking our flight attendants please to take their seats as soon as they can, as we're maneuvering around some buildups and possible thunderstorms.
Flying. While mass passenger air travel has been a big deal since the late 1950s, and statistically traveling by plane is safer than traveling by car, we are Earth creatures. It's unnatural to be 30 to 40,000 feet in the air, and regardless how much I try to chill, listen to music, or look at the pretty sunset, the fear of flying monster is always hanging out on the wings of the aircrafts in my mind. Maybe it has something to do with that one episode of Twilight Zone being burned into my brain. I know it's an old reference, but trust me, it's a great show. Rod Serling is the actual best. I love you, Dad. Anyway, we try our best to comfort ourselves with in-flight movies, Wi-Fi, or reading a book that we've been meaning to get to for months. But then boom, something seems to go horribly wrong, even though it's probably just turbulence. My fear of flying monsters shows up to obnoxiously torture me with panicked reminders.
Oh my god, what was that? We're all gonna die. Remember Final Destination? Who are these pilots anyway? Do they know what they're doing? Wow, we are so high up in the air.
The monster wants you to remain in this panic, make a scene, and ultimately collapse. But we gotta keep our heads in the game and separate fear from actual danger. Especially when traveling is such a huge part of my life, I want to conquer the irrational fear and enjoy my time in the sky. It helps to remember that anxiety can trick common sense, but that I can outsmart my anxiety. Fake confidence sometimes helps. When I travel alone, I'm really entranced by the different types of people on the plane. Sometimes I like to pretend like I'm someone else, someone who's cool, someone like Michelle Obama, who I imagine is someone who's never been afraid of flying. I tell myself I have to remain in character. And oddly enough, after doing this for many flights, it's kind of tricked myself into thinking that I'm not scared of it anymore. I also like to remind myself of facts, of how safe air travel actually is, and remember that every time I expose myself to a plane, I'm getting over my fear of this monster a little bit more. And of course, if you're of age, a little glass of wine goes a long way in helping you sleep. Ultimately, my favorite thing to do on a plane is just snooze the whole thing away.
Hey, thanks so much for watching this episode of Monster Brain. Please tap that like button and leave me a comment down below about what other monsters you're battling with this week. If you're interested in drawing along with me, every Thursday I go live on Snarled and draw a creature in collaboration with the audience. It's so much fun, and you can create your own monster and then send it to us so that I can see that monster, and then we can feature it on our Instagram or something. If you draw along or make your own monster, please post it online. Tag We Are Snarled and Megan Tenius, because we want to see that. And if you don't create your own art, you can always download my previous monsters that I have drawn. Create about feeling. Subscribe to Snarled. See you tomorrow live and then next Wednesday for more Monster Brain.